Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I'm not. If it's smaller, I'm really pleasant. If there's like 4 people, I'm the life of the party. But when there's so many people, I don't, because people are standing in groups. And so I have to decide where to go stand.
Yeah, fuck that.
And I'm like, oh my
I just
God.
wouldn't.
I spent my whole time with Emma. Emma Langevin. She has the black hair and she is hilarious and amazing. And the whole time we talked about being too anxious to like make friends.
Nice.
And so it was good conversation, actually. I genuinely enjoyed her. I haven't spent much time with her until that night, and she was great. Anyway. And it wasn't cliquey, of course. If I stood somewhere, I'm sure they'd be inviting and welcoming, but it was just like, I don't know what I'm going to talk to anybody about, literally. And so, blah, blah, blah. Everyone gets there. All of a sudden, do you know what a sound bath is?
No.
We have a sound bath. And it is the most LA I've ever been a part of in my life.
Like you go in somewhere and it's like...
No, there's yoga mats in the backyard.
Okay.
We all go lay down, and there's a woman who's beautiful, by the way. She's in yoga. She's in a yoga costume.
Uh-huh.
She's in sports bra and leggings, a yoga costume, yeah.
Right.
And she has these like big crystal bowls in front of her, and she puts her finger or something in them.
And you just lay there?
It's like Amaranth Stream.
Did it
live
work?
Well, I didn't know how serious everyone was going to take it because I'm just not that person. And so we all sit down, and I sit crisscross applesauce. I'm ready. Pokemon's next to me. No big deal. Don't freak out. And they're like, she's like, okay, everyone lay down. And I'm like...
I don't trust people enough for that.
Exactly. That's how I was like, I'm not going to lay down. I look around. Everyone starts laying down. I go, oh, shit. We're laying down. Okay. I say that out loud. I'm laying down. It's freezing, and she does her. We listen to the whales, you know,
Sure.
like she goes around with her rice in a tin, and it sounds like the rain. It was the whole time. I was like, this is a little long. This is a little long. This is.
What's it supposed to do? It's supposed to be relaxing.
Yeah. But it was just so. The people presenting it was a company named Aloe. Have you ever heard of them? They sponsored it. They sponsored this whole thing. But they gave us... Okay, I'm sorry if I'm going to talk about this a lot, but I've never been to a party like this. And I didn't get to call you and talk to you about this. It was... We got stuff. I got stuff.
Yeah, like Uggs and shit.
I got Uggs and And she's like, we finished our sound bath. I'm like, I'm going to clean now. And
a vibrator.
We didn't get a vibrator.
That's huge.
We'll get there. We're not there yet.
Sorry.
Relax.
That's so on track with what you were saying. I just chimed in. You.
Just shut up, okay? This is mine and the Cats podcast. And we get to keep the yoga mats.
Right.
What the heck?
Because
Of course.
you touched them.
And then the Aloe people are like, oh, and here's a whole goodie bag. They give us a bra and underwear and like some other yoga because Brooke had us fill out this form with our sizes.
Put in your bra size?
No, it was a sports bra. It was a sports bra. It was a sports bra.
I was like, I'd be so scared. Okay.
What, you think people are going to make fun of you?
No, what a weird thing. I would just
Like,
be
why?
like,
You
why?
gotta go pray about it. They'll get bigger.
You're right.
Just pray about it. Yeah, so we get that, and then we go for our little dinner. She had this table set up outside. We have a dinner. There's sushi. I don't eat sushi, so I was like, I'm hungry.
Oh, no.
I was so hungry.
You just sat there while everybody ate?
I had a great conversation.
Damn.
And at one point they had chicken skewers, and I got one chicken skewer and one beef skewer, and I was like, I'm starving. I had 3 cocktails, but Ludwig agreed to pick me up that night, so I was drinking. But anyway, I was really hungry. Then we go inside, and we get more presents. It's like Christmas.
Of course.
We got Uggs, we got Ugg leggings, we got Ugg top, we got the vibrator, we got whole face stuff. We got everything. And it was all sponsored.
So can we talk about the vibrator?
Yes.
Because it was like a one for like clits, right?
Yeah.
It's like a vacuum.
It has a clit sucker on it. I'm so sorry, YouTube. Please don't demonetize this. That is...
Bleep it out.
It's human science. Half of chat doesn't know what it is, let's be honest.
That sounds really unpleasant.
I've not used it.
I'd be really
It's
scared.
still in my car. I don't understand. Yeah. Brooke says it's amazing. But what's interesting is, no, I don't think I can say that. Sorry, chat. Anyway,
Are you censoring for YouTube?
No, I'm censoring for like stories that people tell at girls' night that I don't know.
Okay, then don't.
Yeah.
Let's not talk
But
about.
this is, hey, a learning moment from Cutie Cinderella. She stopped, and that's impressive.
That's actually huge for her.
This is big for me. I do not think before I talk. It just comes out.
Drinks and chat and cutie. Yeah, that's huge.
Woo! Anyway, but yeah, everyone, the best. Right. I vlogged some of it because everybody else was vlogging, and I didn't get the memo. So I was like, and I started vlogging. Oh my god. And at one point, I turned to Tina, who opens the vibrate, and she goes, "What the is this?" It was just like so funny because it's
Tina.
You know
what I was surprised by is how much Lily swears.
Oh my god,
I don't really watch Lily but like I was sitting next to her. She's like very quietly practicing her song, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed. It's just me and Lily, like in this empty auditorium or whatever the Christmas concert was. She's sitting 2 seats away from me practicing. She's like, Rudolph the Red-Nosed. And I was like, what? She would like practice, and then I guess she would mess up. I didn't even hear her mess up. And she'd be like, I was like, whoa, all right.
Dude, Lily's so sick.
It was really funny.
For those of you who don't know, at a Christmas concert yesterday,
it was
Lily
so
was there.
good. They all know.
They don't know.
They literally all know.
Chat. Some of you don't know.
Want to chat if you knew.
You can't even see chat.
I literally have it right here.
There's a few twos. There's a few twos.
They're lying.
Some people missed it. They were busy. They went outside yesterday.
It was a Christmas concert that Cutie put on. Wow, it was amazing. Cutie, Lud, Lily, Natsumi,
Leslie,
Austin, Leslie sang.
TJ Brown.
TJ Brown. They were nuts.
Ex-girlfriend on the piano. Amazing.
It was really good.
It was great. I think, yes, chat, Maya didn't sing, but we're not actually mad at her. It was nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
It was bad. I didn't sing on pitch the entire day, but I don't feel bad about it. Usually, I think, like, when you do bad performing, like, I forgot the words to every song, I would beat myself up about it. Like, years ago, I think I'd beat myself up about it. Yeah. But I'm like, bitch, you worked hard yesterday. I don't care. Like, I don't care. I could have sang completely, like, with my freaking ears plugged. I don't care. I just wanted to have fun, and I did a great job.
You did do a great job.
And that's the first time I've ever said that after an event.
I was literally going to say I've never heard you speak like that about yourself ever.
I did a great job.
I'm so impressed.
I did a good job.
Nice. Good.
Yeah. I think it was one of my best, like, easiest events.
Yeah.
Well, it was really stressful. I mean, we spent many hours setting up, but I finally am getting to the point when it comes to events to trust other people. I mean, you saw Taylor yesterday. She was running around doing 100 things. So I think it can only get better. I hope. It was pretty smooth. I need a better camera. I think next year I'm going to do, for the people that don't sing, like Maya or Hassan or Will or Myth. Like, I have all these friends out here that don't sing. And, like, even Hassan and Will wanted to come and sit in the audience, and they were late. But I want to do, like, a skit and make them do, like, you know, Jesus in the Manger skit, just to include them, to include more people. Because people want to be a part of that stuff. They think it's fun. And
yeah.
Man, I have to say, I can talk about this because it was my own mistake, and I feel comfortable talking about my own mistake because it's the thing I told you earlier. Yeah. Really?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I can say this.
I mean, you can.
Okay.
I don't see why.
I thought about it. See, we're checking. We're good. Leslie, who literally... Okay, the Christmas concert is on my YouTube today. And 90% of the comments are like, Leslie stole the show. She did amazing.
Yeah, she did.
She sang this version of Last Christmas that I didn't know even existed. And it was like, I could listen to it every day. She sang Last Christmas. It was beautiful. And before she went on, I would, like, try to make jokes, and I didn't think any of these through, by the way, and I just talk. And so I talk about how, like, Last Christmas is, like, a pretty sad Christmas song, if you really think about it. And I, like, give this speech where I'm like, Last Christmas is, like, a really sad song about how you give your heart to someone, and then they you know, keep it. Like, are you okay, Leslie? Like, are you good?
She's so dumb. Cutie was saying all this, and I was like, there's no way she's thinking right now.
I wasn't thinking.
I was like, when is she gonna stop?
I thought to myself I could make this joke with anybody, right? Because it's a sad song. So I'm sitting there making this joke, and then it hits me, and I bet if you watch the stream, you can see the moment.
I saw it.
Because I sit back and I go, oh. Because I realized, I think it's fine to say. I mean, it's obvious, it's out there. Leslie was engaged last year, and she's not engaged this year. And I felt like the biggest jerk in the. I didn't even. Oh my god.
And she was just like, yeah, I'm doing okay.
I did not even think about it, and I guarantee you can watch it back and see the moment it hits me, and I think to myself, like, because it was a joke I was gonna make no matter what, because it's just a sad song. It's like the only sad Christmas song that was sang, and oh my god, I feel like such an asshole. But I didn't think about it. I literally, yeah. So anyway, we're working on it. It's okay. I know it's Leslie. She like when even if I. No one in the world would be serious about that. Mortal. Like, imagine having that moment. Yeah. I was just trying to make a joke, and I didn't even think about. It's all right. Next time. But that event went swimmingly, and then we went to dinner afterwards.
Yes.
Who was your favorite person at dinner last night? You know, stirring up some drama.
Hassan's brother.
Hassan's brother is sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really fun to talk to.
He's really smart. Has he talked about what he does on stream?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, they know him.
They know him. Yeah, he's been on stream.
Man, he's an aerospace major, and he builds airplanes. He's a spacecraft engineer for Boeing. And I had like the coolest conversations with him. He was sick.
He's very funny because Austin and I have a fear of flying. And so oh my god, her and Austin, we were a bad duo together.
Her and Austin were talking about. They were like, "I'll never take this model plane. No,
I will never fly on a Boeing 737-8 Max."
And then he chimes in and he's like, "What the f*** are you talking about?
Well, that wasn't even ranging.
Why?
It was just
Because they have the most fatalities.
In the last 2 years, that is the worst stats I've ever heard in my life.
They had an issue with you go in the air and it would have like system failures of some kind, and it wouldn't let pilots override it. That's messed up. But you know what? I haven't even told you about this. I go meet Tubbo. Tubbo's in town.
Still?
Big fan. No. I wish. I'm sorry. Tubbo's in town. I'm a big fan of Tubbo. I go meet Tubbo. I walk in. I'm like, Tubbo, it's so nice to meet you. Blah, blah. I sit down with Wilbur and Tubbo and a few other people, and they start talking about plane crashes.
Oh no.
Tubbo and Wilbur.
It was targeted.
I mean, what happened? Tubbo and Wilbur they have an obsession about plane crashes. They're obsessed with, like, I'm not, Wilbur would be like, oh, have you ever heard about, oh sorry, let me be Wilbur. Have you ever heard about the Egyptian Airlines 737 at August 17th, 1987? And Tubbo's like, oh, yes, it's my favorite one. And he starts jumping up and down, and he's so excited to hear Wilbur tell the story. And Wilbur starts telling the story, and Tubbo's like, no, you're leaving out the most important detail. And it's great. They love it. They are obsessed. It was actually kind of fascinating. One of the stories they told me was it was a Paris flight. Picture this. You're in Paris. I remember them to my core. I will never forget them in my life. Picture this. You're in Paris. You're leaving. You're going home. You're up in the middle of the air. The captain's like, co-captain, you're in charge. Yeah, flight. Because there's a bed. If you guys don't know that, in big flights, there's a bed above the captain's seat or below it. Either one.
All right, let's go.
So he gets on and it goes, and they're doing their thing, and all of a sudden these things start going off. And they know all this information because there's audio recording inside a flight.
Oh god, that's
Yeah. So this is actually very eerie and crazy. So some numbers keep going off, and he's like talking to the people of the speaker, and he's like, oh, it's fine, and he keeps overriding it. Oh, this is okay. There's this thing in this plane that tells you if you're level or not. And back in the day, it would freeze over, and so it would give you a false reading that the plane's not level, especially at night when you can't see. So this guy would say he was like too far right or something, and he'd adjust it and be like, no, like now we're good, we're left. And he'd do it until the things went off. But the things were wrong the whole entire time, blah, 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 blah. And then it's been like an hour or something, and the guy comes back, and he looks at the coordinates, and he's like, you f***ed us. Like, he literally says to him on the audio tape, he's like, you fucked us. And he's like, well, what can we do? Can we fix it? And he's like,
I need to target someone.
Shockwave.
I've never had a problem with planes. I have a habit of falling asleep before takeoff and waking up.
I don't have a target left.
It's so good. I got from Austin to LA, I nailed it. I fall asleep before takeoff, I wake up and focus around. I also have way too much
Dispel.
Call me at least and be like, hey, I love you. I miss you. Feed my cat.
I wouldn't call my mom if the planes crashed.
You were a paragon of loyalty, devils. And yet all this time it was you who led the Forsworn.
Think she'd rather have a phone call?
She might think she would, but I wouldn't want my mom to remember a phone call like that. That'd be terrible.
I'm the opposite. Whenever I get on a plane, I'm already sending a message to my family. I'm like, okay, if this goes down, I love you all. By the way, the cat should go to so-and-so, the dog should go to so-and-so.
Oh, have you written a will?
No, I haven't written. Don't talk. I don't want to talk about this.
It's just an important thing to do. We have a lot of money, Judy. Make sure that goes somewhere.
Okay. Someone get my money. I don't.
Dispel.
Oh, sorry, let's not talk about this. Let's talk about something else. You're on your period. Go there, right?
Yeah.
Me too. You want to know how I knew? I said this on stream the other day.
Welcome to Whine About It, also known as Bleed About It. Our new title. Good transition. Yes, let's hear about it.
Yes, we're synced up. A couple reasons that I knew why I knew that I was getting close to my period.
Wow, I thought you were gonna say why you I was getting this.
No, I didn't know you were.
Okay.
One, I recently bought a Roomba with the vacuum, and I just started feeling really guilty one day about running him because I was like, he's enslaved. Like, I thought it was really, I felt really bad.
Oh my god.
It got to the point where I didn't do it, but I was so close to like scattering cereal on the floor as like a treat.
Oh my god.
Because I was like, and I stopped running it, and I was gonna put googly eyes on him.
Yeah.
And I had them out, like I bought the googly eyes, I went to put it on him, like I positioned them on him before I glued them on, and I couldn't do it because I was like, it's just gonna get worse. Like I'm gonna personify him more, and I won't be able to run him because I'll feel too bad. So that was my first indication. Then my second indication was I was watching a TikTok, and they were talking about growing chia seeds, and he was like, oh, I'm gonna grow, someone was like, grow 1 chia seed in this pot, and he put like 6 in the pot, and I was just like infuriated. Like I got so angry. I was like, because he made a video replying to the comment that was like, just put 1 in the pot and see if it grows. And he was like, okay. And then he put in like 6, and I was like, why would you make that video? Like I was so angry, just irrationally angry. And then I was like,
It's coming.
yeah.
I get, it's like a bad 2 weeks, because even while I'm on my period, I get very emotional. I told you about this. Ludwig and I went to go see my neighbor Totoro, which was back in select theaters. We literally planned this ahead of
Oh. Okay. Yes.
Totoro? Yeah, there you go. It was in select theaters in LA, and we like literally had to plan it because it was like a bit out and like a bit of, you know. And so we plan this whole thing. We go, we show up on time. We like go to the movie attendant guy was like, oh, it's in theater 9, and so we walk on in. We sit there, we're watching the ads like normal, blah blah. And then all of a sudden there's a Disney short, and we're like, that's weird, but like Disney bought Spirited Away, or Disney has some sort of weird link of some kind. Anyway, so we were like, it's not that weird if there's a Disney short. And it was a short about 2 raccoons could not stop crying.
So those shorts are sad though, or they can be.
It had a happy ending. But it was like so emotional. And I'm gonna have spoiler alerts. My tape is showing. It is.
What's your
They said respect you, so it's fine. I respect you for telling me my tape is showing. Spoiler alert. So if you don't want to know how this 3-minute raccoon short ends, plug your ears. Essentially, it's two raccoons, baby raccoon, mama raccoon. Mama raccoon has scars on her nose. Or her eye. She looks really gnarly. She's been through some shit, you know? And they're on the beach and she's trying to get clams for her baby. And the baby's just being curious and like wants to go chase a seagull, wants to go chase whatever. And the mom's like, no, come back. And like keeps getting mad at him, like, ah! You know, that's how angry raccoons sound. And he's like, and then the baby keeps getting really sad because he just wants to go play, you know? And I'm sad. I'm like, the baby just wants to play. Like, and the mom's being really tough and he really just wants to play. And at one point, oh my god, he gets this seashell and he loves the seashell. And the mom picks him up and puts him back in this little cave that was safe, and as she puts him down, the seashell breaks or something like that. And that was it for me. He loved the seashell. I start crying. Oh my god, freak out. And then the seagull comes down and he's like, ooh, and he starts chasing the seagull because he's baby and he doesn't listen. He chases seagull to this flock of seagulls that's around this carcass that a coyote is at. Bad news for baby raccoon. And yeah, and so baby raccoon's like, and starts running. Coyote swipes at him, scars on the baby raccoon's nose.
So he's like his mom.
Just like his mom.
Cute.
Yeah. Mom is not happy about this. Mom goes and saves him. We think everything's fine, you know, but we feel really bad because he has scars and he doesn't deserve that, and we're really sad to see him have fun. All of a sudden, years fast forward, that baby is grown up with a new baby. And same story essentially repeats itself, but then instead of getting mad at that baby, the new raccoon says to that baby, I got these scars because I didn't listen to my mom. And I just cried and cried and cried. And then all of a sudden, the movie Enchanto came up. And we realized we were in the wrong theater. Yeah, and so we went over to the right movie.
In a long time. People have been telling me that I should go to a movie theater by myself. Because I went to a restaurant by myself the first time the other day. It was horrible at first,
why?
and then it was really nice.
Yeah.
I went to the airport, and I had an hour to go.
I like going to restaurants by myself.
Never
I'm just
done it.
surprised it's horrible.
It was so awkward at
I
first.
actually do it often.
Oh my god, it was so awkward for me at first. I was like, this is awful. Everybody's looking at me. I'm a loser. Like, what do I even do right now? But then I started reading, and then it was fine.
Sorry, Swift is snoring.
He's sleeping. They're both sleeping.
Our podcast's so boring. Hello?
Let's never again. No, I'll do it again. And I gotta go. Apparently, I have to go to a movie theater.
I used to, yeah, I like going to movie theaters. I haven't done it in years, but I really do like going to restaurants. I probably went to a restaurant 2 weeks ago. I just go and I work. I took my big book and I take notes and stuff. Yeah, I like it.
So what are the topics? Shall we dive into some juicy topics?
Well, I wanted to. I still have more that's happened with my month. Thanks for asking.
Sure, Q. Please tell me about your month.
What has happened with your month?
I've been working, screaming, crying, drinking.
That's a song. Working, screaming, crying, drinking.
I know you wanna cry all night.
Same, sister. Well, I went to a BTS concert.
Yeah, how's that?
Crazy.
It seems like something I would not enjoy. I don't understand the obsession.
I'm so bad at PI.
Be careful.
Sorry.
Literally PI'd this guy at the very end of that poll.
Listen to reason, Dad.
Admittedly,
The
I
Killian must stand
went to this
united.
BTS concert. Didn't know one single song. Didn't know one band member. I don't know a thing about BTS. But I'm open to new experiences. And anyone, I have to preface this because people have gone mad. BTS fans are very, very, very passionate.
Right.
And it was in a suite. It was paid for with other influencers. I did not take a ticket away from a true fan.
Oh my god.
This is one thing. This is yes. I'm covering my bases. I did not take it away from the fan because they wouldn't have been invited to the suite with famous offline people. Losers. Audio listeners, I dabbed again. Anyway, I go there and it is. I've been to Taylor Swift concerts. I've been to a Justin Bieber concert. The loudest audience I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah.
Like, we were in the parking lot, and I was like, this is loud. And you could feel the ground move from the parking lot, which I did not like. I'm a very anxious person. I don't like tight spaces, and I'm like, here we go. And so we go into our box or whatever, and the whole time you can feel the floor moving from all these people dancing. And it was their last concert in LA. And so they go to each member, and
God damn
like,
it.
they gave this little speech at the end. And these guys would like sneeze, and the audience would be like, "Oh!"
See, that's so weird.
It was interesting. Like someone would wipe their sweat off, and they'd be like, "Ah!" Like they'd freak any micro movement.
I was
there was
feeling
a
myself
very
in the tank.
loud,
That was
like
very
visceral
dumb.
reaction.
That was very dumb.
And it was
very dumb.
genuinely
That was very
impressive. That the fans are just that into it, because like I said, I'm a big Taylor Swift fan, and when like these guys could fart and the whole crowd would be like,
Oh man.
"Ah!" Like they'd be so excited. It was impressive, and when the concert ended, there were multiple girls I saw crying,
Yeah. People get really emotional at things like that. It's just like overwhelming.
and it was like really sad. But the really cool thing about one of the guys is he's 30, because BTS started years ago, right?
Okay.
He's 30, and he has this bear strapped on the back of his head. Who's his bear, RJ, which I'm a big fan of RJ, by the way. He's my bias. That's because you don't have a favorite, you have a bias, just so you know.
Okay.
This is important.
Okay.
So he has this big bear on the back of his head. And he's like, yeah, so I just turned 30 and I have a bear taped to my head, so that's kind of cringe.
It's RM, you fake fan.
No, guys, the bear's name is RJ. Idiots. RM is another band member's name. The bear is RJ. Don't even. RJ is the plushie. You guys are fake fans. Anyway. And so he was like very self-aware. Like he's like, I'm old and I have a bear on my head. Like this is cringe, but you guys keep supporting me, and that's really, really cool. Mm-hmm. And like the band members seem very, very, like I said, self-aware. It was really, really cool. Their dancing was amazing. They like learn how to dance when they're like kids, and they're like so synced up. It was a very cool performance. I'm very happy I got to experience it. And I just wish I could be that passionate about anything in my life.
Someone asked me last night, like, my
RJ
top
is a
5
llama.
favorite artists, and all I could say was Pop Smoke. I couldn't think of anybody else that I heard of.
Really?
I don't know. I was just like, I don't know who else. I just listened to songs.
Oh, back to Brooke AB's mom.
Okay.
Brooke AB's mom was a big fan of the podcast.
Okay.
And she said to Brooke AB, she's like, I felt so bad for Cutie Cinderella because all she wanted to do was talk about Taylor Swift, and Maya would not talk to her about Taylor Swift.
I don't want to talk about Taylor Swift. I don't care. I don't care about Taylor Swift. I don't care about your month. I don't care about your goals and passions.
Dude, yeah, actually.
I need to target something first.
Yeah, let's talk about your topics, Maya.
I don't have topics.
What?
Last podcast. This is how it starts. Chat, here we go. We're going downhill. We're going downhill fast.
Can't wait to get your opinion on hot tub streamer.
Oh, we can talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
This is how the Housewives podcast ended. No, we talked about that earlier today because the last time, and I think we probably talked about this individually on stream, but we went to dinner with like Hassan, Connor, Myth, Lud, Jay, Lena.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
And for some reason we just got stun locked with Hassan on a conversation about women on Twitch and about the hot tub meta and about whatever. And we just argued with Hassan for a long time.
To the point that I had to say we're done talking about this because we were getting nowhere. And
Yeah.
Hassan hates women. So
Okay, that's not what the conversation was.
No, Hassan actually loves women, and he really supports sex work, and he thinks it should be normalized on any platform, when I would prefer it to not be, like, I support sex work, but I would just prefer it not to be normalized on the platform that I'm on. I think there's a time and a place or whatever. And so it's funny because Hassan kept saying to us like it doesn't affect women, and I would
It was
tell him,
so
I would keep telling him, I'd be like, well, this is how it affects me directly.
As
and
a woman.
I am woman.
And Hassan was like, no.
He'd be like, no, and I was like, Hassan. And then in comes Myth and Connor.
No, it wasn't Myth.
Okay, in comes Connor.
And Connor's already apologized.
Yeah, he has apologized, I will say. But in comes Connor, listening to us very intently, by the way, and then going to Hassan and saying, what she's saying is, and I was like, Connor, stop! Like it was, oh my god, I literally got to the point where I said, okay, we're done talking about this, we're going nowhere. And then they kept talking about it. I said, no, seriously, we are done. And then they talked about it again. I was like, no, we are done. We're done. We're done. But he had good intention.
I talked about it a bunch, and then I was like, I just gotta go.
Oh
Yeah,
my
mine went
God,
to the
bro.
I was
bathroom.
like, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom just for a second. Just hold on. And then when I went to the bathroom, Connor goes, Hassan, like, what she means
I know,
is,
bro,
and
couldn't
he
get
was
to
like,
that.
stop, shut.
I was like, we are done.
Stop.
We are done.
Oh my god. But no, Connor didn't know he was doing that. He texted me after. He felt really bad.
Yeah, he literally said to me later that night too. He's like, I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to mansplain. And you're like, that's okay.
It was so funny. It was so ironic.
But it's just so funny when there's nothing to do. I mean, obviously, we don't care about hot tub streamers right now. There's nothing. It's whatever, they have their own section, and that's the best Twitch can do. And thank you for that, Twitch. Like, I don't care to dive into it. It doesn't affect me as much as it used to, and that's fabulous.
That's true. Same.
And it was the biggest. It was like one of the first times that it felt like Twitch actually listened. And for those in chat who missed this, how does it affect you? It was just the overall sexualization of women in like the just chatting section when you're sitting next. So I would literally be sandwiched between Indie Fox and Amaranth, which isn't a bad place to be, mind you. We would love that. But people would come into my chat and they'd be like, "Go get in a hot tub," and I'd be like, "I'm trying to. I was gonna watch some YouTube videos," and so it just got really toxic and blah blah blah. And it would just get really really bad. That it was expected of girls to get in it, but they would also be like, E-Rob would be next to us, and no one would go into his chat and tell him to go get in a hot tub, and so it was just whatever. And so it just affected people negatively and blah blah blah. But Twitch making that filter has significantly like it's literally, it was kind of night and day. I'll be real. It went from like probably like 20 to 50 people a day down to maybe one, which is huge. Like one person that says get in a hot tub.
I don't get it at all.
I don't think I've been told to get in a hot tub for a minute, so that's kind of cool.
God.
What?
It's such a big topic. I have so many things to say.
Yeah.
But it's just like, it's too much.
That's the run of the mill answer. I had a lovely hot tub.
True. You did do that. That was great. It was a good hot tub stream. Next podcast on hot tub. Nice.
Yeah, if you get us both to 20k subs,
Yeah. Let's do that.
that's our sub
Sounds good.
goal.
That'll work.
Both of us get to 20k subs, and both of us will do a this podcast on hot tub.
Big time.
Pay your way there, boys, and we'll do it.
God. It's so frustrating.
It's alright. It's okay. Anyway, that was a fun dinner though. That food was so good. It was like a bunch of raw meat. It was like this really cool Japanese place, which I don't eat raw meat. Do you
I
want to
actually did not mean to just leave that group.
Yeah, there was
I-
a lot. There
I
was a
tried
lot
to
of
say
raw
something.
meat. It was very fancy. There was. bone
I
marrow,
feel
fried
so
rice.
bad. I did
fancy.
not
Ooh, that
mean
was
to
so
leave that
good,
group.
actually.
I was actually super down to still keep going. I did not just mean to leave that group. I don't know what I thought I was doing. That's not what I meant to do. I feel so bad. Oh man, I feel so bad about that. Damn. That's rotten. That sucks. Alright, well, fuck. Alright, well,
Your
yeah, I
chat
feel like a
keeps saying
fucking
uncaged.
dickbag.
Enough.
There's nothing more to
They
say
already.
about
I think.
it.
I think everybody. I think our positions are similar, and I think everybody already knows what we think about it. It's just
Yeah.
like there are so many things that I want to articulate, but I just like I'm not gonna deal with.
It's
Yeah,
not
I
worth
feel
it. It'll
so
be
bad.
misconstrued. And
Right, yeah,
blah blah blah. And so, it's not worth it. It's not worth people not truly understanding it. And that's the whole point of perspective, is to give perspective. No one will understand it fully unless you experience it. But
It'll grow the podcast. You got a point there. It's it's a very frustrating thing to watch. Anyway,
I went to a BTS concert. I went to Girls' Night.
yes.
I went to Valkyrie's. I got invited to a Valkyrie stream.
I know. How's that?
I'm famous. How does it feel to be friends with me?
It's fine.
Well, could be better.
How was the stream though? Was it fun? Was it awkward?
I was late.
Cutie.
I'm sorry. I'm always late.
That is such you. Are you that person? You're just
I
like,
don't mean
I'm just
to be.
always
I
late.
really don't mean to be.
That is
I
the
feel
worst
bad every
personality
ti-
trait
I
you
feel
can have.
bad every time.
Then fix it, bitch.
I
That's so
try to
annoying.
fix it. I don't understand LA. I don't understand LA. Everything will say it's 5 miles away. That means an hour.
Thank you for the
And then
10.
I'll leave an hour beforehand, and I won't get there for 2. I don't get it.
I've never had a problem with you being late.
That's because it hasn't been in person.
But I've also always had to come to you. I think. Yeah, I haven't like waited on you for something.
Yeah. 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 But
I'm fine with late people. No.
I was late on accident. I was also having awful period cramps, and so. But what I think I think I might have taken toast seat,
Damn.
and so I had this social anxiety afterwards.
Oh.
Cause I walk in late and there's only one seat empty,
Mm-hmm.
and so naturally I'm like, oh, I'm trying to like get on my seat fastest. And I sit down, and then
he came back.
well, he was holding the camera, but then all of a sudden they put the camera on a tripod,
No.
and I was like, what do I do? Because it'd been like 15 minutes, and I'm like, oh, and I had already started painting on the easel, and I thought about it, and I was like, I shouldn't talk, like, it was too late to bring it up. And even, like, I spent the whole night, like, I couldn't sleep because I was thinking about it. I was like, oh my god, what if I took his seat? And, like, you didn't, cutie, he didn't want to do it? Are you sure? And I finger painted the whole thing.
Wow.
I did a good job.
It's very on brand. Did blood just end?
Why?
I don't know. I just see him walking around, pacing.
He's just working out.
How about just asking? Yeah, you could have just asked.
I didn't it was too late. It was
I could
like,
have just spit out that grape. That's not how it works.
yeah, you guys don't understand. Toast wanted to film and chill, don't worry. Okay. So stressful. It was so stressful. But yeah, I painted. It was really nice. Whenever people invite me to stuff, and it's not like, I don't know, if you invite me to stuff, you're different. Or like Milena. Like, people I'm really comfortable with, if you invite me to stuff, it's nice, but I don't, like, get worried about it, if that makes sense. Like, I'm like, thank you so much. But, like, Valky invites me, and I'm like, how do I express my gratitude for inviting me? Like, how do I do?
Don't do that.
As weird as that is, like, I just want to like be like, thank you, so like, thank you. Like, I don't deserve the invite because you don't know me.
Oh, don't do that.
Isn't that weird?
makes you. Yeah, that's cringe.
I
It makes you look
know.
really small. Don't do that.
I know, but I don't mean to. But I just feel bad that they invited me because
Oh my god.
they didn't have to. Like, I know I'm not okay, but you never want to listen to the reasons I'm not okay.
Please tell me the reasons you're not okay.
Well,
New section of the podcast.
where should we start?
I'm ready.
Let's get ready. Yeah.
Wait, we didn't do our. Are we splitting up? Are we splitting up an hour for audio or no? We're just,
What are we at?
it's been an hour and 20.
I don't know. Audio listeners, none of you have listened. Have any of you listened to it on Spotify? You're
We
gonna lie
didn't
to
know
me.
it was on
You're gonna lie
Spotify.
to me.
We
You
haven't
didn't know it was
put
on
it anywhere.
Spotify. It's on Spotify. And no. Okay.
Love that.
We're trying to decide. Okay, when you become audio listeners, we're trying to decide: would you rather listen to this on Spotify in a big chunk, so 1 3-hour or 4-hour episode, or multiple hour episodes? How do you prefer it posted?
Well, I don't really care what you want. I think that multiple hours would be better because then we can weave in more sponsors.
They're
and
all
more
saying
ads.
big chunk.
But we could weave in more ad segments if it was 1 hour each.
Okay. I don't know how that works, so we'll see if this is in multiple segments or not.
Whatever. We'll figure it out after this one.
But we'll pretend that we know what we're doing. Cool. Very cool. How many viewers are we at? Validate me.
8.1.
8.1?
8.1.
The podcast is going downhill.
Yeah, we've already.
Well, chat, this is the last episode. We tried our best.
It's too bad.
It's too bad.
It was a good run.
It was a good run.
My Twitch app says 3.8. Oh no!
Oh no, here we go. Well, we'll see you next time. It's not over, actually. Okay, we talked about BTS concert, we talked about Brooke's mom, we talked about Taylor Swift, we talked about girls' night. I've done a lot this month.
I don't even remember what I've done this month.
You gotta write it down.
I had Thanksgiving with my family.
Oh yeah, how's that?
Fine.
Oh.
My grandfather's an incel and has a lot of very conservative opinions, so I talked to him a lot. It was a good time.
Uh-huh.
I saw some other family, tried to explain Twitch to my family again. Also a good time.
Very confusing every time.
Very difficult.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know, I've just been working at Oveus, doing stuff in my apartment. I learned that, I like living alone.
That's exciting.
Yeah. I thought that I didn't. And it wasn't at all, like, because of Sammy or anything. But I realized once I had someone living in my apartment with me for 4 days,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, holy like, I gotta live alone. Like,
Yeah.
I really like living alone.
Yeah.
So
I don't think that's weird.
I guess that's a good
Because
thing.
I was the same way. I think a lot of people, like, when I first moved in with all the boys, a lot of people would say to me, like, like in chat, they'd be like, oh, do you not like the boys? Because I said I prefer living alone. It's not even about the people. Like, I live with the best people you could ask for. It's not about the people. It's just,
It's nice.
I like being able to walk around in my underwear.
Fair.
Like,
Yeah, and, like, have your own messes and not feel bad
yeah,
about them until later.
exactly.
Yeah.
I used to, like, when I lived alone, I would craft more because I could set it up and I wouldn't worry about taking it down
Right.
until I was done. And so it's like weird things like that I get really worried about. I can't listen to music loudly without feeling very nervous and self-conscious, and yeah. So there's just some things. Well, not living, like, I could do that with Ludwig, by the way. People are like, Ludwig? It's like, obviously I can walk around in my underwear in a Ludwig. I could set my crafts up with Ludwig. It's more like respectful to other roommates. I don't want to take up the whole dining room table.
Right.
Because I wouldn't want them to take up the whole dining room table, so I need to treat them the way I want them to treat me. So that's just how it works. But I prefer living alone too. Actually, exciting update, and I can talk about this because Ludwig talked about this on his podcast, is soon at some point, Ludwig and I will get our own place, which will be sick.
And selling this one.
Yeah, I don't know.
We just built this studio.
I'm sorry about that. The good thing is the most expensive part was the furniture and stuff.
Yeah.
So
we're
we
just
can
gonna
move
move
it. Yeah, we can have a she shed anywhere.
Okay.
It
was a good run.
It's a while.
Chat, that's it.
It's a while until that happens. The boys
You
will
just said soon.
Well, okay. Well, it's soon and like. Honestly, this is a compromise. Everyone in chat's like, not Austin. No, it's gonna be California still. And
Did Maya move to LA? Fuck no.
whoa, attitude.
Fuck no. I hate LA.
Me too, but I live here.
Yeah, I come here for the podcast, and because I should, I hate this place. I'm gonna be honest. I really just don't like it.
You had a good day today.
I didn't do jack shit today.
I know, and that felt good.
It felt weird. I don't know if it felt good.
She's never coming back.
I'm never coming back. Sorry.
But yeah, the boys will still be nearby. Ludwig's dream is to have like a cul-de-sac and have like all of his friends in it.
Classic. Yeah.
Yeah, classic. So they'll be nearby no matter where we move. We'll be shopping for two houses. But yeah, I'm very excited because I want to be able to make my messes. I want to be able to listen to Taylor Swift really loud. I want to be able to have, like, for example, when you live with like 5 people and you have one guest room, it's like there's always someone in the guest room and someone sleeping on the couch. It just gets like overwhelming, and so it'll be nice to be like have whoever I want over whenever I want instead of having to be like, hey, da da da, you know, navigating that stuff. So it's just really nice to. It'll be awesome. I'm very excited about that.